Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys today about developing your story. So many of us when we do Beachbody, we don't really know when getting started how to reach out to people and how to let people know why we're doing Beachbody, why they should do Beachbody, and what we love about it, and trying to get them to get on your team as opposed to anyone else's. And the best way to do that, I have found, is by developing your story. And so I kind of wrote out some stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about because it's really worked for me. Instead of just going into an email or having a conversation with someone and just babbling, it's been really easy if I just follow these, key points in my head, or I just make sure it's written out beforehand. So I know, where the conversation's going, and I can make sure I'm not just going on and on about stuff. But the first thing that I always talk about is about me. I always talk about, my background, that I'm a mom, that I, work for corporate America, that I do this on the side as of now, but I want to make it a full-time job. I talk about, I have a 3-year-old, I'm a wife. I talk about how I'm not perfect with working out. I'm not like the picture of perfection when it comes to, my health and fitness. So I definitely go into everything about me, so people can relate, because it's easier when you have something you can relate to another person with, as opposed to just having someone with a six-pack be like, join my team. This is, we're awesome. So I feel like more people, it's actually what they say is, whatever you put out is what you attract. So I'm going to attract the people that are, stay-at-home moms or working moms with little kids, that try to find time and want to bring extra income into their family. So I always go into my background and more, excuse me, about me. So the second thing that I always do is why I was looking for the opportunity. And I always go into, the struggles that I've gone through about, not having passion for my job. I've been working in corporate America for 7 years, and I've never had a true passion in my career, and I just went with a certain major because, it's what we were supposed to do, is get a business degree, So I always go into where I was in my life when I was presented with the opportunity, because so many people can relate to that. And that's what you're wanting to do when you talk to people, is wanting to relate to them. So I always talk about, I wanted to make extra income. I was struggling with credit card debt. I always talk about, I was looking for a group of women that I felt like I connected with, and that was hard for me to find. And then I just talk about like everything that I was looking for when I was presented the opportunity for Beachbody. And then number 3 that I talk about is how I found the business and why I joined. And I always talk about how easy it was for Lauren to reach out to me, because Lauren, my upline coach, she just sent me an email one day, and it was totally random. And it wasn't like, we developed this long relationship and it took so much time to, get me to join her team. She related to me. I felt like we had a lot in common, just from like social media. And then, she reached out to me. So I make sure I talk about that, because it shows the person that you're talking to how easy it is to grow a team. Because it really is. All you have to do is get over the fear and message people. So I always talk about how Lauren reached out to me, how it was random, how, it wasn't difficult, and I joined within, 24 hours of her reaching out to me. So, or I think it was 2 days actually. And then I just talk about why I joined, because I think that's important too, because as we talked about, what I was looking for, I talk about why I actually decided to do it. And why I decided to do it is because I decided I really wanted to, take that chance and see if I could find something that I could be passionate about again, and something that could bring extra income into my family. Bottom line, that's what it was. It was, I wanted to, pay off my credit cards, because my credit card debt was ridiculous. I was making good money at my corporate job, but my bills were just so high that it was like, on a hamster wheel. And so I was looking for something, because, you can only make so much more in corporate America before, you have to either go find another job, or you've got to figure something else out. So for me, it was definitely that, and, giving me the flexibility to be with, my family. I still have hopes and dreams of, making this a full-time job so I can have more flexibility and be able to do anything that I want with my son and travel and all that stuff. So that's definitely something to talk about when you talk to potential prospects. And then number 4, the results that you have seen personally. And this does not have to be, because we see all those, top coaches like Melanie Mitro and Brady Botts, and how they're top coaches, and Lindsay Matway, and they're all top coaches and they're making, $1 million a year doing this. People can't relate to that, because if they want that, they're going to go to them. They're going to go to them. So you've got to find some other results that someone can relate to that's going to make them want to join your team. So you're going to have to be talk about the results that you've seen. So talk about your results with your, the programs, and how, you found success with those. So that's always super important to talk about, and how you get to, try out all those products before they come out to the general public, because, as coaches, we get the early release dates and stuff like that. So that's always good to talk about. And then talk about, even if you're making $50 a week, just talk about, hey, I made, $200 last month. And you know what that paid for me? That paid for, my car payment. That paid for a grocery trip. That paid for, that took a stress. That put a dent in my credit card. So talk about those things, because those things are what, at the end of the day, is going to drive someone to want to join your team, because they want them for themselves too. You can talk about how great the business is, and how, you're developing your own business, and you're starting your own business, and your own boss and everything else. But until you find out someone's why they want to, make extra money, or why they want to, get healthier, you're never going to hit that point where they're going to say, okay, I want to sign up. So you've got to find out, what it is that they want to do. If they're in credit card debt and they want to pay off their bills, or, they're struggling financially, or, they're tired of yo-yo dieting and they just want to lose weight, whatever. You've just got to find out that one reason. So I always talk about my results to kind of dig in and to try to find out what their reason is. And then number 5, the last thing, is what has excited you most about this whole entire journey. And what has excited me most about this is the fact that, I am building a business. It's taken me, I've been in this business for a little while now. And, it's exciting because I see the momentum now. I see, we all start out and it's sometimes a struggle to get started. But once you build that momentum, it is so exciting to see your team grow, to see other women underneath you that are passionate and want to do this for themselves. And you see all the people that are losing weight that you're helping. That is so exciting. So I always talk about that. I always talk about what's most exciting to me in this business, which it may be different from you, but you bring that up because when you're excited, it gets the other person excited. So definitely talk about what you're excited about. And then when you put all those things together, you put out your background, who you are, why you were looking for the opportunity, how you found the business, why you joined, the results that you've seen, and what you're excited most about this company. That you put that all together, that makes your story. And that the best thing to do is to sit there and write that out, and then just play it over in your mind and read it over again and again, because then it'll become second nature to you. So when you're talking to someone, you're not going on and be like, oh yeah, so we have these weight loss products and we do these workouts and it's really fun. And then we have these team calls and, we get together every now and then. And these girls are really cool. So at least you have a script to follow in your own mind. And please, if you are meeting someone, do not have that written out in front of you, because that's so awkward when you have a piece of paper. You're like, hello, my name is Rachel and I am a mom and I have a 3-year-old. And don't do that, please. You need to write it out before at home by yourself, and then go through it in your head and your mind. And that will help you so much more. It'll make you feel more comfortable. You'll feel more confident when talking to other people. And then after that, you let the other person guide the conversation. And it's more about answering questions, more about they'll ask you about the company, little things here and there. But for the most part, all of your selling or sharing has been done with your story. So it's so important to develop your story. I think that's my biggest tip when reaching out to prospects or customers. I think that's a huge deal. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you like videos like this and I can do some more. Thanks.